All right. I'm just going to be working on some mini bunnies and a cat with a pumpkin. I'll let everybody kind of come in. Those of you watching on the recording, you might want to fast forward a little bit. Hey, Tay Tay. Mommy's going to stream, so you probably should leave. Let me pull up chat on my phone so I can see it a little better. And mute it. On my phone. Hi, Cal. All right. I think the camera's in a decent place. I cut a bunch of bunnies out of, well, this is just like brayer papers, I think. Tay-Tay, go. I got to get Tay-Tay out. She's being a PETA. You going to come say hi or are you going to leave? Come on. This one we need snacks. Out. Evicted. I was gone this morning, so she's pokey. Hi, Devin. So I thought it'd be fun. We'd use some ink tints to bug Eileen. And some jelly prints. And we just come up with some different. These have paint on them, so they already have a little bit of a rough tooth. So I thought we could maybe kind of do the ink tints in the places and then use the water. Brush. Let's get a Willow's a good brown for the nose. And I'll just kind of let the colors dictate what color ink tints we use. Hi, Judy. So I'm going to start by just putting in noses to start with. And then we'll decide. And we'll build backgrounds and put them on backgrounds. There's a sort of assembly line. That one definitely needs like a dark blue, deep indigo. Let's do. Just put those features in. And then we'll just build different backgrounds. We might even do some blind 6 to build the backgrounds or some napkin. I think I should probably not put those aside. Let's go with a pink on this one. This is, like I said, brayer paper, so that's kind of rough texture. And it'll give us a sort of a fast start. Let's go with an orange on this one. I think I'll put some brown in here too. And we got kind of a green. Let's go with the. I'm just grabbing a color. This is deep green. And then we'll use some of the other colors that are in the background to pick napkins or themes. This one needs a nose. Okay, that looks good. This one, let's go with the blue again. A blue. Because it's got navy kind of in it. Hey, Yvonne. Hi, Josie. Yeah, I'm going to do another. I want another one that's going to, one of them's got to wear. I'm trying to get some more steampunk. The show that I'm doing is called Art Goggle, and it always features art that has goggles, typically. This year, they did not pick, the featured artist did not do something with goggles. It's someone who passed away, and they picked one of their art pieces. A young girl that passed away with diabetes. And that's the art they picked. Okay. One more. Let's go with some kind of chili red. So I'm trying to do, I want to do a couple to take that have goggles somehow, or a steampunk type. Fort Worth is also considered funky town, kind of a hippie vibe. So I might do one that's kind of flower child, kind of. Okay, that's all of those. Let's set that aside. This is the cat. I'm going to set that aside. Let's get some water and a brush, and we'll kind of wet these and give a little depth. And then we'll start looking at backgrounds and napkins and I think I can get some easy bang for the buck using this. Let me get a second brush that's damp but clean, so we can kind of pull out. Sort of come back in, and so like I said, I think we'll probably dress them, so I'm not gonna too much worry about the bottom. I left the colors that I used out, so we have them if we need them. So I'm thinking if we just do that, then we can create backgrounds. Does that make sense? I'm going to do this one that's pink. We can always come back in and add more. in an area if we need to. With colored pencil, or I'll definitely want to come back in and define some of the bridge of the nose. But that gives us a start. All right, let's do this orange one. I'm in that color family. And like I said, these are just brayer papers that I had. And they'll dry permanent. All right, so it gets all the ones in the red family. Let's go with the greens and the blues now. Go ahead. Oh, Inktober. Yep. Oh, we need. I don't know if it's the same blue. I don't think it is, but it'll be fine. Banana's talking. This is one of the ones. These next two are the two that I think I'm going to steampunk. They're made with magical papers from the magical sprays. And I think that they'll lean themselves towards that really well. Because they have that grunge. It's got a little green on it, but I don't care. They already have that grunge. So, and they have super shimmer. You can see. That one's more silvery. This one's more of a brown. To do the nose. Just trying to set that nose. Let me do this nose real quick. Did I forget any? I got all the noses. And I think I'm going to add some more blue in here where the ear is. And this is not watercolor paper, so that's why the ink tints is perfect, because I don't have to use a lot of water. And it's permanent when I go to collage it on the background. The darker blue back in there. Okay. That's a pretty good start. So that gives us, now I do have some other paper that I can collage on here that's brown that I might, I'm thinking one of these might get a, like a brown, a real, like a cap, like a pilot's cap, like a leather pilot's cap. So I may use this brown like in here and tear it to add some interest. Like this one's got quite a bit of brown in it. So that would be good on that one. And then I'm thinking the brown on the pink would be good. So let's use those ears and do that. Hi, Joan. Okay, that's so we'll add. I think I'm going to use the heavier glue today on this. This is just a Liquitex. It says heavy gel, but it's not really that heavy. I'm missing one of my glue brushes. And this has magicals on it. I don't think you'll see it on the camera, but I'll hold it up in a minute. You can try. We can. When we were playing with those new sprays a couple Saturdays ago. This was just a piece of brown paper. Can you see it's got some blue and some copper splatters? Let's do the same thing on here. And actually, I want to do something else on this one before I put that on there. I want to see if I have any napkin to add a pattern to that pink. That paper would be great. That napkin might work. I'm just looking for jelly printed napkins is and I'm thinking if I can find some tone on tone. That might be good on the background or the clothes. That's what I'm going to use, is a little piece of matte paper under the ears. I just stash all my papers by color. Okay. And I'm just going to use the bunny. To cut a little bit wider than the actual ear. There's one. Now I'll use this part. kind of a peachy coral color is what we should see peeking out from the brown. And I just kind of grab what speaks to me. I don't always have a plan. Let's just put some glue on there. Glue that down. And I'll tear. So I'm we'll put that on just at a little different angle. All right, then let's take and put that. And let's tear. This cardstock's hard to tear. That. And that should work. That gives two of those that brown color. And I'm thinking this might be her outfit with some of this gold and fix the top in a minute. But I'm thinking we can grab some more of that matte paper where I saw it. That's good. It's not matte. Here it is. Let's tear a piece out. Let's put a piece in that we like. I like this department of Hanford. But maybe more on the pink side than the yellow. Okay, I gotta take a pencil and fit. Oh, that's a good fit. So this one got dressed before she had a background, but that's all right. We can do it either way. It's whatever speaks to you. Get rid of all these little scraps. Kind of thinking this paper looks really good on this one. Kind of some way like this. We'll cut that part out. That's a pretty good fit. Bring it in just a little bit. I don't like the way the corners are, so I think I'm just going to tear it. And then we'll put glue on that. We'll add something to that later. All right, so let's Move that aside, but I think this needs to go on the background for her, but not everywhere, but just sort of as an accent with her. I thought about jelly plating today. I considered it. And I thought, no, I really need bunnies, so I need to do bunnies. All right. Let's pull some napkins out. Papers are easy. Stencil work is easy. Where's Eileen? Okay, let's see. Some of them should have sewing pattern paper, I think. I'll pull out some pattern paper. That's a jelly printed napkin from Shauna, but it kind of looks, I like that sort of steampunk. Okay, let's do this on something. Let's do a New York. These are napkins from Kathy Arbor. Let's do a bunny that's like a New York bunny and an English bunny. Let's do that one with the New York because that yellow and that green teal kind of go together. And this red pops with that. So we'll do a London bunny and a New York bunny as a background. Maybe some of this is what this bunny needs with this brown. I'm liking that kind of collection together of stuff with sewing paper. So she'll have sewing paper. Let's give this white pattern paper to somebody else. This is an interesting accent and it goes with this bunny. So let's use this as an accent on the sewing paper with that bunny. So now we just need the two that are going to be kind of steampunk. And I've lost mine. All right, now let's see. The steampunk is going to be a harder. That's a possibility. With some other stuff, I'm going to leave it out. Doesn't have to have a napkin. I just like the texture and the how fast you can get. Okay. That'll work for one of them. Don't you think? That'll definitely work for one of the steampunk. Okay, I've got another box. Let me look in the other box. Oh, maybe I should put, I'm going to use this octopus with one of the steampunk. I'm going to make one of them like an underwater steampunk bunny. I'm kind of liking those together. And that blue in the background can be the accent. This can just be some texture and some print. Hi, Carol. Hi, Lynn. Yeah, and we'll dress the bunnies. We'll decide if they're boys or they're girls. We'll dress the bunnies. Right now, I'm just sort of thinking patterns. Yeah, like a captain. Yeah. And then this one I might make more of like a 40s World War I type pilot, like an ace pilot. Yeah, like a striped, yeah, like a, I'm thinking almost like a V-neck, like a, and I might put a tie on it, like a bow tie. We might make this a boy. Let's see if anything else jumps out that we need. I might use that as an accent with this one, just to get some blue in there. Looking to see if I have any other nautical stuff I want to use. There's also that as an option, but I think I like that floral better. Okay, here's a crab. That might be good for some dark. But I'm not sure I'm going to use those. I might use that with this. No, too frilly, too curly. That might be good with the New York because it's got the right colors. And now I'm looking for if there's anything I want to add to the New York one for a print. Oh, to the London one. That's it. That's going with the London. That's where you got to have lots of napkin options. There's some smaller ocean stuff. I think I like that better. That makes the octopus the somewhere I have an orange octopus that Xander sent that's the same thing, but it's orange instead of blue. I might look for it. Sorry, the digging just takes a minute. Those of you watching on the recording, just roll it forward if you need to. Here's more pieces of that in case I need it. I'm not going to find that one from Xander. Fish. All right, I don't see it. It'll show up another day. Okay. So let's just stack them. We'll start with a piece of paper. And paint and whatever we want. Okay, so I'm thinking that I want to start with like bright yellow, orange is what I'm leaning towards. So I'm just going to get out some acrylics. This is a yellow acrylic. So I think I'll start with the base of that. Hi, Hector. Welcome. Just do a thin layer. Let's use a little water just to push some of that color around. And then we're going to add some of this sewing pattern. In some places with glue. And I may add some I'm gonna put that yellow in the, just gonna go with it. Let's overlap that piece. In here. We'll give it a little yellow coat too. That'll give us some place to put the napkin. All right. Here's a whole napkin that has all the parts. That isn't cut up. Okay, I'm going to put this, because it's kind of tone on tone up here. But then we're going to tear some of it away, because we're still getting that yellow. And then we'll do this, and we'll kind of do the same thing. Now the bunny will cover up some of this, so it'll just be accent pieces. Hear that. So we have that. And we'll get rid of those extra pieces. They're back here. And then we'll decide if it needs any more pattern here in a minute. I kind of think that's it. And now maybe it's about adding some like stamping or stenciling. Oh, I just threw. Just a second for me. Let's throw a good napkin away. You don't throw a good napkin away. So I'm thinking that we can use some Stays On ink. I have turquoise green that might work. Let's just stamp. I think I'm gonna use this one. It's like a postage, but it's a good background. That's perfect because that just gives it something in the background. And then we'll put Mr. Bunny right there. And we'll decide if we need to give him a tie. I'm thinking he's a boy. Bunny. And if I put the gel medium, then I can use the pip pens and do some more shading and detail work using the pip pens. We can add more orange down here if we want to, or we can add cool. All right, let's get, I'm gonna get some dictionary paper. I'm thinking he might need dictionary clothes. Like that. Tear another page out. trying to get a good tear. Like, that's good. Maybe that. I like that. Let's add that, and then we'll add the color on top of that with the ink tints. Okay, then I'm going to take that orange ink tints and put it right there. And then I'm just going to get a brush wet. This has some of that yellow paint in it, which I'm happy with. I think I'm going to add some yellow up in the bunny too. Put some yellow in. And then, like I said, we'll come back in and we'll making sure the paper's flat. And we'll come back in and add some detail to the bunny. So that's one on a background. One and, well, they're not done, but we'll give him more detail later on. Let's put that in the water. Oh, monocle. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Well, that's what we'll put on our English bunny. Good idea. Yeah, a monocle. We'll put a monocle on the one from London. Let's work on him next. I'm thinking the gray napkin all over as the background. Okay. And I'm not going to worry about wrinkles because I kind of like wrinkles. So. And I'm not going to worry about where it tore either. Because we're going to, this is just the first layer. Let's cut away the extra napkin. I think I want dictionary print on this paper too, but this time I want white. So I'm going to get a different dictionary. I'm going to put some white down, which will help when we do the plaid. And this even has, like, it says Brittany. So it has some stuff about British. So we'll let it kind of peek here. It's got Britannia and Britannic down here. Okay. I'm just going to use pieces of the plaid. Okay, he's a Cockney bunny then? You were going to help me when I name him then. We'll call him Squire. Can he be Squire? Something? Or is he Lord something? And for anybody that hadn't used napkins, you do need to peel the back layers off. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's figure out how we're going to use this. Okay, the bunny's got to go here. Our gray got kind of lost, but the bunny's going to go here. Okay, I'm thinking that this has to just be cut. Let me cut down around. Some of this will get lost. Okay, let's try that, and then The bus is going to get lost. The bunny's going to be over the bus, but the telephone, the tower. Okay. The underground. Okay, so let's put him on. And I did have, I just do with it. I hate when I can't find things that I just like had 2 seconds ago. Let me get a wet brush. You know, we could name him Jack London. That works. Okay. I need to cut stuff off around the edges just to get rid of some of that excess stuff that's hanging on. We're going to introduce some gray back here in a minute. And some of the plaid back in his clothes, I think. Hi, Eileen. Okay. So let me get, I'm going to save that. The plaid's probably too big for his actual clothes, to be honest. But we might use a little bit of it. We might use a little bit of this too as a base. Okay, let's try to get rid of trash. Keep the area a little cleaner. Let's get the neutral box. And see what we can develop for clothes. I'm leaning towards possibly a vest. That might work. On the edges only, and let the front be open, because we're going to give him a monocle. Maybe. I'm also looking to see if I have any napkin that's like silvery gray with a small pattern that we could add to this potentially. There is that. There's silver if we want to keep it light, and then put a little dark around it is what I'm leaning towards. Here's another silver, but it's on a brown tone. That's the only reason I don't think that silver works. Hi, Lynn. Hi. I need to get this pink drawer back in. Shoving that stuff back in. Okay. So I'm leaning towards putting some of this napkin in the middle and then some black on the sides. And we'll just see a little bit of that silver in the middle. I'll post pictures, Joan. I said that just gives him some texture. And I may even put some of that texture up in the ears, I'm thinking. I'm just going to put some glue up there. All right, I'm going to use a water brush to get a little more precise where I want to tear it. Just a couple spots. And then let's do this one. Oh, crud. Come on. To the glue. All right, so that gives those markings up there. And then we'll get rid of all of that. Get rid of the gray and the black that we don't need. And let's go with this black right here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this kind of as a pattern. And then I can decide what part of this I like. I like some of the relief of the white. It's not quite as dark. And I'm just going to cut a little wider than what I need. Okay, that's good. Get rid of all of that. This over to the side. And this is like rice paper or mulberry paper. So we'll put that on. Like he's wearing a jacket. Okay, let's cut the bottom off of that. We'll let him dry. And then we'll come out and add details. I may end up doing all the details tomorrow in my stream, Like we might do all the backgrounds and prep everything and then do the details tomorrow. So it may be a 2-part stream. All right, let's do this boy needs a hat. Because he's going to be the pilot boy. I'm going to do straps, hanging from it. I'm just making it up as I go. Okay. So I'm thinking I want slits. I'm thinking if there's a way to make the ears go through it. So I think this. Think of the hat that Rocky Bullwinkle wears. Okay, and then it needs to come up over his eyes. All right, and it needs to come up over his eyes right here. I think I'm just going to put it on top. And then we'll use, but yeah, like an aviator's. And then we'll use the markers to kind of enhance it. And I can bring those, I can bring that eye back. Might as well cover the. So that works. Let's let him dry over there. And let's do a background for him. All right, let's. This one might need some scrapbook paper with it. Is what I'm kind of thinking. I'm going to start with the napkin in the back. crown, and let's go ahead and trim that. I don't know if I want that flower or not. I'm trying to think what I have. I think I may have some paper that is sort of 40s inspired that might have a good print. I also might have like a map paper, not like a regular atlas, like a road map. If I have some other kind of map paper. Let me get this big scrapbook paper first, because I do have one that I feel like is 40s inspired. That might be better than that flower. That's not really what I... This is 40s and 50s kind of. I'm also going to look at some Tim Holtz paper. The only thing about big paper is the scale is... And I don't want to go too light. All right, let's look at... No, the Tim Holtz doesn't work unless I use some of that. I do like that. I like this card and these numbers. Okay, so let's use that. I actually like both sides of this. I'm going to use a piece of this turned over to, looks like your grandma's kitchen wallpaper. The face is interesting with the stamp. If I put this, okay, that is a map. I like that plain, this little, I'm going to use that stamp no matter what. The face might be too much. I think the face is going to be in the wrong place and the bunny's going to chop it up. But the stamp I'm going to use somewhere. I think I'm going to put some of this down this side because it's some kind of like map. And then we'll cut that. And then I think, let me see where the bunny's going to sit. The bunny's going to sit there. I want some of this pattern. So the bunny will sit right in here. And I think I'm going to put some of that pattern. All right. So before we put the bunny on, do we want to do some, do you want to do any brown paint, like dark brown paint here? And I'll decide where this goes at the end. Keep closing that. I'm kind of thinking that maybe it needs some brown, dark brown paint. It needs some more brown, dark brown to make the bunny pop a little. So let's get a small. I'm gonna get a dark. I want as dark brown as I can find. That's black plum. Bittersweet chocolate. And then let's find a stencil. Oh, I know. This is the perfect one. We'll do that. And we'll stencil some elements in dark brown. In fact, I'm going to even add a little black to this brown, I think. Oh, there's more paint then. Need a big wipe. Hi, Button. Okay. These are just cosmetic sponges. I don't wash them. I just. Okay, I kind of like these numbers. All right, and then let's do. I like that chevron. Kind of repeat that in some places. This says by airmail and caution. And then you put the word journey right here. Let's put another number up here. Fill in that. Put this 15 down here. I like that circle. These are just numbers. Some of this will get covered up by the bunny. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking the background a lot now. So should I make him a bomber jacket out of the, I'm going to leave it open because I don't want to lose all this magicals. I'm thinking making it look like a bomber's jacket. I'm thinking about putting him in dictionary clothes too. Because it'll go with this and then we'll make it look like leather later. It would help if I picked the one that you know what? I don't care if it goes upside down. It's not really going to be. Okay, let's. This needs more glue. Okay. And I'll tell you what else I'm going to do while I have some of that paint wet out over here is I'm going to put that circle with the 15 on his jacket. Okay, and then I'll tuck that in here. And then we'll take this. We'll stencil that right here on this side. And I'm going to put the little chevron on this side. Like it's his rank. I just realized something. Thank you. Okay. So we'll let that dry. And then we'll do him. We need some girls. Got 3 boy-like ones. Okay. We didn't use that, which is fine. Oh, maybe. Let's do the New York one next. Okay, hold on. Figure out how do we want? Okay, something kind of like that. And we'll get rid of some of that, and we'll get rid of some of this. The Statue of Liberty will be over here, and the bridge will be there. So it's going to go kind of like that. Now, I don't know if I like this with that. Actually, I don't think so. I'm thinking we want pattern paper, maybe. Maybe paint. Let's spray this with a spray to get some color. I'm going to put an oxide on it. I'm going to go with some of the turquoise. And the green. And then let's get a gray paint. 2 colors. And let's stencil Hi, Patty. And let's add this just to make it a little more interesting in the background. Okay. So let's go with the light gray and some dark gray and even a little black in there. And I'm just going to move back and forth between the light color and the darker color. Oh, I like that. I really like this stencil. It's one I got at Hobby Lobby when they had everything marked down, I think. If I remember right. The bunny's going there in the middle, so it's really not going to matter. Okay, I think that gives us something interesting. And then let's take the, I'm going to cut a little bit of this. I don't know what I'll show. Kind of gonna have to go there. I'm gonna try this again. Just a second. I want to let gravity help me a little. That's a really cool background. You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those jelly prints that Norma does. Okay, let me put some glue on the back of the bunny. Making a mess. That'll make him like he's see-through. All right, I'm going to put Times Broadway up there again. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of that extra trash. We're going to pick clothes for her here in a minute. I'm thinking we need to go to the green, yellow. Something kind of modern. It's too much. Let me pull the green drawer. And I'm thinking about giving her kind of a 60s mod dress is what I'm leaning towards. I'm looking for something. That stands out. that might be it. I think that might be one of these yellows. I think that's too close to the background. Ooh, maybe. I'm thinking like modern, real. I'm wondering if this isn't the right dress. That's too close. Yellow. Just a yellow dress with like a modern take, or should I go really artsy? I could do the yellow. All right, let's do this. Let's cut the yellow dress, because we might put the other on top of the yellow. Okay. Okay, so then I'm trying to avoid the greens. It's too green. And I want it vertical. I wonder if I have another piece of that. Let me look real quick, because I think I have another piece that somebody sent me of that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It might be too crazy, though. There's a piece that there's also this flower. Okay, let's make the dress. There's the dress. I just need to adjust the straps. Okay. Okay, let's try this too. We can say which one we like. I like that. Okay, I could keep moving this stuff around and be an indecisive for years. Okay. So there's just the artsy dress. If we just do the artsy dress, I don't think it pops enough. I think the yellow is better. I think the yellow is what it needs. It needs that like pop, right? All right, Devin. Yeah, I kind of like this flower too. Maybe on the dress or in the somehow. This won't go completely white. I mean clear. But I can do that on the dress. Or we can just do a flower on the dress. Let's put the dress on. I keep hitting my phone, sorry. Yeah, I like the yellow. It needs the pop. Hi, Iffy. Hi, Vicky. Yeah, kind of very. My first thought was to put some kind of mod, like, like a stripe on it, but I don't, these I like, but not on this. Getting too many things around me. We could do with the black on the could do something like that. Let me cut a piece and I'll show you what I mean. Not this one, but actually, you know what? I kind of like that as a layer. I'm not going to put that on the dress. That's going, I kind of like it as a layer. And then I'm going to do another one that's shorter. It's too big for the dress. Give me just a minute. I got a different idea for, I might have something else in the drawer. We also could stamp something potentially. Okay. I like that added interest to the background. I don't want any of that. Okay, let me get that drawer back out. I think I had something small and black. Here it is. This is stamped tissue stuff. It's all linear. but it's little. Let's see what that, I've got every drawer hanging out now practically because they're shoved and stuffed. Let's see. Thinking something like this. Vertically or across the width. Or there's just like a stripe down the middle. I'm leaning towards that right now. I have a skinnier stripe. I don't like it across. I think it should just go down. All right, I'm going to just decide. Looks like a tie. Well, I can put some of these. We can put some of these on in places. That might be fun. Let me cut them out in circles. That's not where I want it. Let's do this one. Right there. And we'll do that one right there. That one there. Turn the volume down, make sure. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Getting a lot of little. I think that works. Kind of looks like exercise clothes, maybe. Maybe she's a jogger. All right, so I think she's done. That's got 4. All right, let's do. Let's do this one. I'll need another piece of paper here in a minute, I think. Let's put some of the I'm just going to glue some paper down to start with. Just use scraps that we've already gotten out. Let's get some sewing paper. This one has pins in it. That's funny. That's the first. We'll just layer this. Okay. Let's get some more sewing paper. It says tape on this one. That works. It's about the size we need. Okay. Now let's see if we can add some of the floral accents or the circles. I think this small circle right here. Cut, and then I think if I cut it in 2/3. Use a piece here and a piece there. I'm going to save that. I'm going to put the other part down here. And I'm thinking just a little bit of the pink floral, not a lot. That bunny's already dressed, so we don't need to make those decisions. Okay. I'm thinking this floral. Just going to kind of fussy cut around the flower. Till I'm getting tired because I'm like, okay, well, sort of, kind of fussy cut. Okay, that's going to go over there, I think. I need one more flower here in a minute. Also have an area that has a bald spot right in here. Okay. Okay, let's put this flower here. Okay. She might need some pattern again, just to, might need to put a little here and there pattern to push it back here and there just a little bit. I think that'll help. Yeah, I think that's good. Here, let's put, her ears need to be trimmed. Okay. Okay. Let's cut off the extra stuff off the back. Okay. I think that makes her pretty good. Yeah, I like the flowers. Hi, Shauna. All right, let's put her to the side. We need one more piece of paper. So let me cut a piece of paper. One more background, and then tomorrow I'll do all the finished work. That'll be 6 bunnies. Okay. So we know we want that octopus to be in the okay, so we'll put that on as our one of our focal points. I'm leaning towards this napkin because this one I think is too dark. I know there's another layer on there. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's get that. Let's just start by putting with some glue water. I have another napkin I think I'm going to get out and use with this now that I see this. And I'll do some dictionary paper. Okay, let's get that other napkin real quick. I'm just thinking some more of a blue pattern that breaks up. Here and there. works. The octopus there. My fingers are super gluey. Okay. I like some of that coral. Let me grab some more of that. Let's cut this off because we can use this. Okay, now let's add some more. Okay, let's finish trimming. Okay, so that's got all that. It's a good start. It needs it's a good background. Tonight sometime. I would assume she used to start like at 8 or 9. I think it was 9 o'clock Central, which was 8 my time. I think it needs some white. Not a lot. It just needs a little. I'm going to do a stencil. I'm getting glue off my finger. Sorry. I'm going to find something kind of small. maybe text in white. Use that sponge from earlier. It's so wet, it's barely showing up. It's kind of going gray a little. It's showing up here and there where I'm just worrying about the outside because the bunny's going to cover a lot of it. So that just gave it a little more depth. But I'm leaning towards maybe using some of these gears. Let me see what else. I could use this too. Some of these bubbles, right? Here we go. This might work too. I think I'll use some of that. It's all stuck together though. There we go. And the bubbles. Okay. So what I'm going to do with these little fleurs is I think I want them blue. Oh, I'm dragging that through that paint. Okay, let's put these over here. I'm going to get the blue spray. And I'm just going to spray these blue. Because it'll be faster. I have a different blue by Delusions that I'm going to use too. I'll put a little oxide and a little Delusion spray on them. Okay. All right, I know I want that right there. Okay. Then let's see if we want to put any. Oh, got that paint. Everywhere. Then let's put a flare right there. And then we'll put the other bubbles. I'm going to cut here. And let's cut some more bubbles. I'm going to put those bubbles over here. I'm even going to let them overlap a little. All right, now let's take this bunny. Let sit right on top of all that stuff. I think that'll be okay. He's going to get, we're going to do this. I think he's going to get this over his eyes. Or up at top. I'm not sure. But I'm also thinking this might be a good monocle. So I have a smaller pair that I could just push up on his head. So I'm going to set those aside to use for details. Put this stuff back. All right. So I think that's it for me today. Everybody can get something to eat. Get ready for Paula. So excited. We also have Beth has art bingo. If you want to watch art bingo and play bingo. Do a split screen. I've lost my phone. I had a mess. I don't do Inktober. I love to look at everybody's, but I'm just not interested in pen and ink personally, myself. Got some of those off. This bunny needs brown clothes. I think I want to take and give this bunny some from this. Here's a pattern. Nope, that didn't work. That's good. Let's just use this. Oh, I've got my phone in the... I've got that white paint everywhere on my phone. Paula is streaming tonight. I don't know what time. I'm assuming either about 8 or 9 Central. And for those of you who don't follow Paula, she's Journal Artista. And think like Dee Dee. One of the original fibs that we all kind of started watching on YouTube, or I mean Ustream. And she used to stream every Wednesday and every Saturday. Okay. Okay, that helps him. Almost looks like a big robe. For those of you who've never watched Paula, go back and watch some of her old videos on YouTube also. If you're looking for something to do one day. Okay, I am done for today, and then I'll stream tomorrow about the same time, about 1 or 12 Eastern. Putting those ink tints away because I don't want to lose any of them. That's how would I torture Eileen if I lost the ink tints? Thanks, Josie. So tomorrow I'll finish the bunnies. We'll do the details. We'll let them all dry and cure. So we've got this one right here. Looks like he needs a briefcase. And then our fighter pilot, our World War II fighter pilot. And then Jack London. A lot of boys today. Little Magnolia here. That's probably, and then a New York one. So that's 6. All right, I'll see y'all at Paula's tonight. Got a big mess to clean up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.